changes. In 1776, this great nation accepted that armed conflict was the only way to preserve our rights to life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. If our founding fathers could only see us now. From Antietam to Amiens, Okinawa to Anchorage, we have fought. And now, the Red Menace is at our doorstep. Democracy itself is under threat of annihilation. That is why today, July 4th, 2076, 300 years after our great nation began, we gather together to honor the completion of Vault 76. This sprawling underground shelter may have been engineered by Vault Tech, but it was built by you, the good people of America, so that if the bombs do come, if the end does come, our way of life will endure. But not everyone will be saved. Those chosen to enter this vault must be our best and our brightest. For when the fighting is stopped and the fallout has settled, you must rebuild. Not just walls, not just buildings, but hearts and minds, and ultimately, America itself. So as we stand here today, we pray that the world will know peace. But if that is not our destiny, if war must come, we stand together knowing that here in Vault 76, our future begins.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Tanks Gaming. Thanks to a friend, I had the ability to join the Fallout 76 beta last weekend ago. Depends when you're watching this video. I didn't stream it. I didn't make any videos out of it yet, so that's the first video, my first impression. Of course, it is post commentary, like you can hear. If you're interested to see all the footage, it's like 3 hours 53 minutes. I can upload that afterwards. Just let me know in the comment section or in Discord if you want to see everything. But I'll just do a little put some points together and show you what I thought was good and what I thought could have been a little better. So I hope you enjoy. So first you start like in other Fallouts. In the vault you go through the vault, and you can collect some stuff and then you leave the vault. Pip-Boy is still the same. It looks nice. You can see that now at the red thing we could put our camp down, which we will see also a little later in this video. So you come out of the vault and you run around and do some quests you got, like to find the Overseer. First impressions of that were good. It looks like Fallout 4. It felt like Fallout 4. The only thing I noticed immediately, which was kind of annoying, you couldn't mute your mic or a push to talk, so you don't have to hear other people, or your mic is basically always active. I didn't have mine plugged in, so it wasn't a real problem for me, but all the people around me were talking in the bunker, and yeah, well, I was not in the mood to join a party. I just wanted to see how the game is and play it by myself. I know it's supposed to be a multiplayer, but it is what it is. Also, I noticed VATS doesn't really work like in Fallout 4, which makes sense because it's multiplayer again. I managed a way around the push-to-talk thing, so I didn't hear anybody if you choose voice chat just to party. And if you're not at a party, so you couldn't hear anybody. That was the fix I used there. So after running around a lot, A lot of people were complaining that there were no NPCs. However, there are NPCs. I even found a traitor, walking around traitor, like it was it a super mutant? I think it was a super mutant with Brahim, so the two-headed cows, which was walking around and brought, and it could buy ammunition and stuff from. However, those robots, you can interact with them, and you can see I get 10 wood from them. Between 6 and 10, I think I get, like, I think I found 4 or 5 of them, and all but one gave me 10, and I think the other one gave me 6. And you just cannot interact with them once, and I didn't return here after a day or two to check if they actually had wood again, because as soon as I collected the wood from them, they started to drive around again. Like you saw him, he was standing there. I think, yeah, over there in between the trees you see one. So let's see how much I got from him.
Visit the church in the town.
This is one of the 8 robots, not a Protecton. He actually gave us the tip to visit the church in town. So yeah, there is another of the lumber bots. And the lumber you will need to craft armor, to craft weaponry, and for your camp eventually. So I thought, well, maybe a good idea to get it. Yeah, we got 10 from him as well. And I think this one over here, you see him there? Yep, now I have spotted him. Yeah, I don't know why I collected all those flowers. I didn't figure out what we do with the flowers. Well, you can use it for work and stuff. The tree you just saw, you can also get wood from. I'll figure that out a little bit later. That's the fallen trees. At the black or very dark spot, you can press E and you collect scrapped wood. So after following the main quest line, so to say, so find the overseer spot, you learn the first stuff about camping and so on. I basically followed the main quest line, and we came to the research center where we had to go in. And that's one, well, it didn't happen in this instance, but in another mine I went in later. I wish those would be instants. So you come, the rest outside might be the whole world multiplayer and everything. But if you go in a building like this, in my opinion, it should be just your party. So it should be instanted, or an instance like in other MMORPGs, where all the world is open, but for example, just your group gets loaded in here. The damage models, the robots like the Mr. Handies here, or the Mr. Farmhand, they look decent, they look nice if they get damaged when you shoot on them, how they start to disintegrate, like lose an arm, lose the armor plating. I managed to shoot off at some of them the laser arm, then they came up to me and start to swing at me with the chainsaw, with the buzzsaw. I think we will see this here in a second. Yeah, he wasn't shooting anymore, he was flying towards me, so. And there was also, what was it? An event which I basically failed because I was too slow. Yeah, he lost an eye there. I like the damage model. The damage model is nice. Like I said, I would have preferred if it was an instance instead of just open world. I didn't have the problem here that there were other people inside, but I've seen other videos where there were like 6 different peoples in here. You kind of take away the loot from each other. As far as I have figured out, what I kill, I can loot. So if more than 2 people not in the same party shoot at something, the one who does the most damage or the killing shot, I'm not 100% sure about that. I didn't do the science on that. You can loot it. I was for sure what the ones I killed I could loot. What hit me there? Oh yeah, the guy through the wall there. Yeah, if there would have been an instance, you wouldn't have a problem with that. I think I'm gonna show you that in the mine in the next clip here. But yeah, you can see the models are very nice. The lockpicking is still the same way, works the same way like in Fallout 4. I think it was in Fallout 3 the same. The hacking still worked the same. You go in and guess. Then you have other possibilities to remove dots, to get more attempts again. You can just go out after 3 tries and go back in. You have 4 tries again. This specific terminal, I actually managed to get myself locked out. But after a minute or so, I could go in and had another 4 attempts. But if you just go in and out after 3 tries, you don't have to wait the time. But yeah, otherwise there's not much new or much different. So let's go to the clip in the mine. I think maybe there's something else in between. So yeah, I found the spot where I found the traitor. So you can see it's a Prime and a super mutant. And he had actually not a lot of stuff, and I didn't buy anything from him, but a lot of people were complaining that there are no NPCs and no story stuff, but the story stuff is in the computers and in the holotapes, and I mean you still have the wandering around merchants like this guy. I could probably also have shot and killed him and looted him, and his animal probably as well. I didn't thought about that in that moment, but for the future, I think, I'm not 100% sure yet, but I think I will buy the game. And I will do live streaming then. But I probably wait till Black Friday or Cyber Monday, because I think with the percentages that you get there, I might be able to get myself a new GPU, so I can play it a bit higher graphic quality also, for my other YouTube videos. Would be nice to have a better graphic card. And I guess this will be a game I would be mostly streaming and not making into episodes. But I don't know yet. We will see what the future brings. So the next clips we will be in the mine. So here we are at the mine, and now you will see what I meant with the instant stuff in a second. So first, the mine outside, it's all as well. Normal. And oh, by the way, all those chests, you can see they were kind of open, and when I added them they closed, but there was still stuff inside. So the chests are client-based, so to say. I can loot the chest, you can loot the chest if we are not in the same party. I don't know if the same stuff will be inside, but everybody can access it. You see the ledge is slightly open, which means it actually would have been opened. So if I would have been the first, I would have opened the ledge. And I think the same goes for the toolboxes, that they would, or maybe he overlooked that one. We will see him here in a second. There he is. That's the other guy who was at the mine. I didn't have voice chat enabled. I don't know if he tried to talk to me. But yeah, I walked around and just looted the whole thing. The stations you see here to the right, let me see, do I turn around again? Come on, go back to the station tank. Come on, turn to the left again. Behind you. There it is, that's a weapons workbench. You can scrap all your junk in here and stuff, which helps to alleviate the weight you're carrying around. I mean, you just have 160 pounds you can carry, which is not quite a lot, so yeah, I quite liked that you could do that stuff. And those stations were actually scattered around quite a bit in the wild. I found quite a few of them. I mean, I got over encumbered a couple of times, but mostly shortly after that I found a station so I could scrap all my junk and other stuff I didn't use anymore. And I could also have deployed my base or my camp. You kind of teleport everything with you. So if you have a storage box there, you actually carry it with you. And as far as I've seen, it doesn't add to your weight, but it costs you bottle caps. Every time you want to move your camp, it costs you bottle caps. So yeah, you see now he's up there, and I go up there, and there is some stuff to loot. And he was first, so if there wasn't anything for me, no, there wasn't. Crap. Okay, that was just a beer bottle he left, so it's not a big deal. I checked if there was anything up here, and now I go back down and go into the mine. Happy that that didn't hurt. It was quite a fall, and I'm not wearing power armor or anything. Same here. Apparently there is no fall damage, it looks like it. So we're going into the mine now, which is also considered again with a loading screen. It doesn't take long to load though. And the other guys following me pretty shortly afterwards. So come on, go into the mine tank. Just looting everything that's lying around. So I'm guessing all those stuff, which was not in the box, he can't loot anymore. I don't think he sees that anymore, because I picked it up. Which makes kind of sense, but again, can be annoying if you really need something importantly and somebody just grabs it in front of your nose. Although, I don't know how abundant the resources are in those 4-hour playthrough. I never went to the point where I didn't have enough. So when I finally start my base, which will be the next clip, then you will see I had enough wood and everything. That's, by the way, that's the other way how you can watch your Pip-Boy when you have it open. And I don't remember which button you press, but it turns into this full screen overlay. That level up systems with this card system for your specialty, I don't know if I like that. I mean, it's nice you have to change out your perks. That kind of makes sense, but the loot card package thing, not a big fan. Let's put it that way. It's not the worst. I don't know what I would do different, but I just don't like this random card package opening stuff. I'm guessing that will go to the point where you can actually buy it for real money. So microtransactions, and you can get a bonus. I don't know if it will be the case. I'm just saying I can see it go this route. And well, it's a multiplayer game. If you get an unfair bonus then through that, just because you decided to buy all the perks or spend $100 on perks cards, and then you have an unfair advantage in PvP, that would destroy the game, kind of, for me. And here you see the lockpicking. Still, same like in Fallout 4. I think Fallout 3 already had that system. I have to play it again, it's too long ago. So let me see. Yeah, we should encounter some enemies here in a second with the other guy in our back. Pretty sure he came into the mine as well. You see, the environment is very nicely done. It is post-apocalyptic crap, and I don't know why I pick up salt and pepper from a toilet. I like that there was a ladle in there, so people were trying to get drinking water out of the toilet. Desperate times. Yeah, it's like this little stuff, which I like at Fallout. I like this. In this metal bucket, if I wouldn't have looked in there like that, I wouldn't have seen the buff out. That's why I checked the next bucket and also this bucket here next to the door. Oh, there's a bucket. No, nothing inside. But you can miss stuff like this just because it's nicely... hidden is the wrong word, but it's stored away. That's stuff I like in Fallout. So you saw him there coming into the mine as well, and we've started to go down the mine shaft. And there are some more enemies down the road. I found a rifle and stuff. Of course I missed my first shot. And you can see some of them have weapons as well. And you can see the first guy he killed, the one in the center here, I can't loot him. This one I killed. I can loot him. And also this one to the right I killed loot him. So, like I said, I don't know if it's just the most damage or if it is the kill shot. I didn't do enough research on that. And I think he killed the first one here. Let me just check. Now on the episode, now on the editing stuff I can see, yeah, he killed this one. I can loot him. I killed the guy all the way back there. And I should be able to loot this one, right? Yeah. That's how I figure how it's kind of working. So yeah, he's not here anymore, so yeah. So let's jump to the death mechanics and camp building mechanics. So jumping ahead about, what is that, an hour, 2 hours of gameplay further in, I encountered my first death by doing or trying to do an event and also get to the point where I built my first camp. So here I died, and you could call for help or press give up to respawn. So if you call for help, people apparently can revive you, which makes kind of sense, which is okay. You do lose some stuff, but I still have my gun, I still have ammo. We will see what I've lost here in a minute. Just making my way back. You can... that's just the event stuff, the event guys we have to kill. But you can see my grave in a second here. It's up on the hill there. And he was kind of bugged, he was floating around, but it was just a beta, so I do not deduct any points for stuff like that, because that's beta. Beta is there to figure out bugs and minor graphical glitches and stuff like that, so I have no quarrels there about that. Ow! She hit me again. Nearly killed me again. Yeah, this 10mm pistol, by the way, I just found about, I don't know, 20 minutes ago in the gameplay. Actually on this airport. Which introduced me to the game mechanics of camp building. Yeah, there you can see the yellow square in the ground. That's where my grave is. Which we will see here in a second. So, come on, die thingy. The scorched ones. Scorched Wanderer. There goes her head. That's another guy. Oh, actually, no, that yellow thing was still for the mission, apparently. I'm very careful, I'm not rushing up to my grave, I don't want to die again. That's why I'm going from left to right to the other side of the fence, and be very careful here. Yep. There was just a shot whizzing across your head, Tank. Yeah, there he is. I like the 10mm pistol. I liked it in all the Fallouts so far where you can get it. In Fallout 3, New Vegas, 4. I like to upgrade it if at any possible, or get a special named version of it. And I use it basically till the end of the game. I just like this smart gun. Yeah, there you see. And it's like I don't know, a launch bag. And you can see I have lost quite a lot of just crap in my inventory. Basically all the junk I had was in this bag. But yeah, let's jump ahead to base building mechanics. So here we are. We had to go back to the airport after we came here and talk to the robot. There you could see I took some wood out of the tree, which gave me 6 wood. So I guess the tree is the 6 and the robots were 10. Now he explains us how we can build a camp. We get some stuff. So it tells us to open the Pip-Boy and press C or Z, depends on where you learn the English. And yeah, he just tells us average volunteer takes 132 minutes to set up a camp, and Responder Miguel, it took him 9 minutes, because Responder Miguel is actually, his body is lying here. He's dead. And the robot is bounded to him, he can't leave this area, and he's pretty pissed, Mr. Fluffy here. And he's pretty upset with his name as well. If you read all the stories and listen to the holotapes in the airport, it's a lot of fun. I probably should have rushed a bit more through the beta and did stuff instead of reading all the lore, because if I buy the game and play the game, I'm gonna do that anyway then. So I probably should have done a little bit more so I could give you a bit more in-depth showing of everything. Although I think I cover all the basics with that. I mean, otherwise it's a shooter, either first person or third person, you can decide on that. Yeah. That's where you put your camp down. And then it opens everything up. And it's pretty self-explanatory. However, I had some trouble to find some stuff in here. So yeah, here I want to build a campfire. Because that's the quest. The quest is to build a campfire and a small storage box. Or universal storage box, I don't remember. And I couldn't, in the beginning, you can see that here, figure out how to select the objectives. Like, I'm on floors. I want to switch it over. It actually tells me there to use the arrow keys. And I can move it with the mouse and rotate it and all the stuff. But I want to go away from floors. I don't want to place the floors here. I want to place a campfire. That's a point where I got kind of frustrated, I think. And started clicking pretty wildly. I think I even closed the whole thing here. No, now I figured it out. Okay, stairs, wooden doors, no walls, blueprints. I don't have no blueprints. I have no stored, and I haven't built anything recent. So there it is, campfire. And you can see I have unlocked 2 other buildings in the crafting. I think it's the weapons workbench and the armor's workbench. But you can see on the bottom there's the power armor stand and other stuff you can unlock and build. I don't know if it is level locked or if I just would need to find the blueprints. But yeah, that was the campfire, and now we are looking for stuff like defenses, posts, bushes, water, resources, just appliances, a bed, a chair. There it is, a storage box, or stash boxes. So put the small stash box here. And then I was pretty much done with the beta. So you put the storage box down, and I think, do I show that here? Yeah, everything is in here. That kind of gets transported between the storage boxes. I found a couple of storage boxes around the world, like story, mission, quest stuff. You can just put it in there to reduce your weight and stuff. And in the end, if you would pick up your camp again, it takes away everything you placed, even if you build a house and anything. And you have a stored and a recent thing. You saw that, I went to that in the beginning. And with that one you just place it back down. So if you place the camp back down and go to stored, I think it puts it in the exact same way you put it in the other place. But yeah, that was my Fallout 76 beta experience. A couple of stuffs I didn't like, and a lot I did like. Still not sure if I will play the game or not. I hope you got some information out of that. If you want the game or not for yourself, let me know in the comments section. And maybe we see ourselves in the wastelands of Virginia after 14th of November. So thanks for watching, guys. Bye bye.